Welcome back, watch fans, to the #1 channel when it comes to making bigly and huge money with watches. Unbelievable but true. Today we're discussing the world of the Patek Philippe Ellipse. Should you buy one now? 3582, the hottest watch on the planet. Prices have more than doubled in the last 6 months. That's right. No joke, as Joe Biden would say. Prices have more than doubled in the last 6 to 9 months. And guess what? I believe these are going to 25,000. This one is available for 11,500 on this channel. DM me if you're interested. That's right, DM this channel or brutalwatchreviews@gmail.com. brutalwatchreviews@gmail.com. Look, this is a Jeff Koons sculpture here. Tulips, right? Now, this was made, wow. Let me just show you something interesting, right? 1995 to 2004. Okay, so 1995. This took 10 years to fabricate. So this came out 20 years ago. And you know what? It looks in mint condition today. This looks better than ever. It's timeless. I'll tell you what people don't realize. With these Jeff Koons sculptures are absolutely actually they look very, shiny colors. They appeal to children basically, but they're actually a very timeless design, because again, if you look at it, clean lines, simple shapes, clean lines, bright colors. That is the formula for making money with art. Okay, and guess what? Clean lines, simple shapes. Patek Philippe Ellipse 3582. This watch is the intersection of art, design, horology, technology, and you can be the custodian. You can be the custodian of this fine timepiece for $11,500. And again, I think this is going to be a 25 grand watch. Why? Well, look. Remember when I told you about the Audemars Piguet Cobra? I told you that watch was going to start moving. Well, it went from 6,000 to 30,000 in a year. Okay, you would have made 5 times your money. Now you're saying, well, did you buy one? No, I didn't buy one. Why did you buy one? Well, you know what? Because I'm stupid like that. No, I didn't buy it because the watch didn't fit me. I couldn't really wear it, and I wasn't in the dilling business. I wasn't dilling. Okay, now I'm in dilling. Okay, you understand what that means? I'm dilling. We got zills and we have dills, okay? And we got backpacks. We got backpacks full of watches. We got zills and we got dills. So that is. But if I was doing zills and dills a year ago, I would have definitely bought. I would have bought a few. But here we are today. So now I'm doing zills and dills. And this watch, if you want it, is a wire only. No zill. Okay? You got to send the wire to get the dill. Okay, unbelievable true. Now look, unlike these Bukyakistani channels that they only show you the watches in flattering light conditions, we show you the real world. We show you real world, and in different, because look, the watch is going to react differently to light in different light conditions. Okay, you want some light here. We got an overcast day now, so it looks a little whatever. But you got a beautiful blue sunburst dial, and when you look at it in a little bit darker, it even looks better. When you look at it like sort of, you see what I'm saying? Those markers, they all sparkle. They sparkle. It's unbelievable. And of course, you got the Ellipse buckle. You got to have the Ellipse buckle. If you don't have the Ellipse buckle, you're a tomato can. You know what a tomato can is? You don't know what a tomato can is? You Google it. Now look, I've mentioned this multiple times. Why are the prices for the Ellipse exploding? Well, look, I've been bullish on the Ellipse for a while. Now you look at this guy, John Reardon. That's the guy from Collectability. He's a so-called expert. He calls himself an expert on Patek Philippe. This guy doesn't know anything about Patek Philippe, okay? I know more about Patek Philippe than... I forgot more about Patek Philippe. Okay, this guy. He wrote some book which was a bunch of ads, Patek ads. This guy doesn't know anything. Look, bottom line is, but he's an expert on the Ellipse. He does know a lot about the Ellipse, but you could also know a lot about the Ellipse. All you got to do is just Google it. The information is out there. There's no top secret. There's no secret society. okay? And he was at the Miami Beach show, and he sold out. He sold out of all his ellipses. He had like a few. He's always known as like Mr. Ellipse. And people were lined up in his booth, 5 deep. They were fighting over ellipses. And now you can be the custodian. You can be the custodian of this watch. Unbelievable but true. Look, gentlemen, I'm not here to do. This is the last video I'm going to do on this watch because I'm too busy. I'm too busy and too important to be dealing with peasants. Okay, I can't deal with peasants. So if you're interested, you DM me and you send a Zill, and you'll have a dill. Okay. Again, you're going to want to, with this watch, you will need a new strap. You might want to clean up. There's a little bit of cocaine residue underneath the dial. Okay. Unpolished, original, honest condition. They call this an honest watch. It's an honest watch on the only honest watch channel. That's right. This is the only honest watch channel. Don't be fooled. These guys, these other guys out there, they all seem like they're your friend. They're not your friend. They're here to pick your pockets. They're here to pick your pockets. We're talking about Juan and Kino. We're talking about Deputy Droopy Dog. We're talking about the Walrus, the Hungry Hippo. We're talking about the Dirty Sanchez brothers. We're talking about the Amish farm boy. We're talking about the Taliban doughboy with the Pillsbury doughboy with Taliban beard. All these guys, they know nothing about watches. Okay, the Pillsbury doughboy knows nothing about watches. He Googles everything. That's why they call him Bobby Google. Okay, and he's out there grifting. He's out there grifting. So you don't want to overpay. You don't want to overpay for some Bukyakistani watch, okay, gentlemen? And I do mean gentlemen. So you need to get in on the ground floor of what's going to be the next biggest and hottest trend, and that is the Ellipse, okay? It's going to be bigger than the Audemars Piguet, Aquanaut, and the Royal Oak, okay? Excuse me, the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak and the Patek Aquanaut and Nautilus. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted here. Okay. Anyhow, look. Here's what's going on. This is very, very simple. Okay, very simple for a lot of you guys that are tomato cans. You don't understand anything. I'm going to explain to you. I'm going to explain to you real nice. Okay. I'm going to explain to you like I would explain to you if you're from like La Isla de la Cucaracha. If you were a Juan and Kino and I had to sit you down and explain to you like a 5-year-old why the Ellipse 3582 is going to the moon, you Google it. You Google it. There's only a few examples. There's only a handful. There's only 2 examples available on Chrono 24. There's 2 watches on Chrono 24. What do you think that means? You know what that means? What that means is there's no supply and there is massive demand. Why is there massive demand? Because people know at this point collectors have gotten very savvy and they've all figured out that these things go in trends. They saw what happened with the Cobra, the AP Cobra. They saw what happened with the Aquanaut, with the Nautilus, with the Royal Oak. They saw what happened with the Cartier Crash. The Cartier Crash, by the way, these are from the Anthony Farr collection. These are all repoed from Anthony. Now look at this. Look how good this watch would look with your Ferrari. Look, gentlemen, you buy a Ferrari when you want to be somebody. You buy a Lamborghini when you are somebody. You understand? You understand? You don't understand? You Google it. Okay? You buy a Cartier Crash when you want to be somebody. When you want to when you want to be a lollipop sucker. Okay? When you want to be a lollipop sucker, you buy a Cartier Crash. You buy Cartier-shaped watches. You buy Bukiak watches, okay? When you are somebody, when you're an aristocrat already, you know, when you have 50 million liquid at least, and you're flying private. I mean, you may not own the plane, but at least you're paying by the hour, just like you do for your female entertainment. This is the watch you wear. This is the watch you wear, okay? When you're a wannabe, a brokester, you buy yourself a Patek 5396. You buy yourself an Aquanaut. You know, that's what you buy when you're broke, okay? But when you're a player, you get yourself one of these. And I guarantee you, you go to anywhere in the world, you're not going to see anybody else with a Patek Philippe. This is the watch that gets respect. This is the watch because when you wear this watch, it tells the world that you know what you're doing, okay? Because you made a deliberate choice. When you get a watch like this, it means you've made a deliberate choice to go for an example of vintage, an example of art historical importance, an example of horological importance. That's right. You've made a deliberate choice to choose a piece of history. You made a deliberate decision to choose a piece of history. When you wear a Rolex, a modern Rolex, when you wear a modern AP Royal Oak, it tells me you're just a follower. You're a sheep. You're basically a guy who saw Instagram, and you want to be like everybody else. You want to be like one of the cool kids. Okay, you want to be. Okay, now that's for wannabes. Rolex, modern, those modern. But when you already are somebody, you get something like this, which stands apart from the crowd. And this is the watch that inspired the Apple iWatch. From what I understand, Steve Jobs owned this watch briefly. Steve Jobs was the owner of this watch at one time. I mean, I don't know. Could be a rumor. Who knows? Can't be confirmed. We don't confirm or deny. Now, that is a Magnum PI classic. Oh, that's actually my neighbor. That's right. That gentleman's unbelievable true. This guy drives that car every I don't know, he drives a car a couple times a week. I don't know if it's a daily, but I do see. I mean, he's not my neighbor, like literally. He's like in my compound, in my exclusive compound. This gentleman's. And you know what's interesting? That Magnum PI, what is it? The Ferrari, what is it? 348, 308, 328. Wow, that's the car. That is the car that everybody wanted. I wanted that car, but by the time I could actually get one, it was like, I don't know. It's manual, and I got to learn how to drive a stick shift and blah blah blah, and it's whatever. But so that is look. You can either drive a new Ferrari, and you're going to be look when you drive a new Ferrari or a new Lambo, you're just like a random guy. You're like some random bro. But when you drive that vintage 328, 308, I think that sends a statement because you made a deliberate choice, right? And also, you got to know what you're doing because those are not, from what I understand, they're not really easy to drive like a modern car. And also, they got maintenance and much more expensive to maintain than a modern Ferrari. I mean, yeah, they're problematic. Well, I shouldn't say problematic. They're high maintenance is the word we'll use to be diplomatic. Okay, gentlemen, look, if you want to, if you want to be somebody, you buy yourself a modern Rolex. You buy yourself a modern, Royal Oak. But when you are somebody, you contact me, and you send over 11.5. And you'll have this Patek Philippe 3582, which in my opinion is going to be doubling in the next 12 months. Again, we've already doubled from $6,000. It's around $12,000 now, market price. The auctions are coming up. The auctions are around the corner, and I believe we're going to set a new benchmark. We're going to have a new benchmark price of around $16,000 to $18,000 at auction, which means the retail price is going to be 20 plus. Okay. And that means this watch, which you could have gotten for $11.5, is now going to be offered by the Muppet Boiler Room channels, by Deputy Droopy Dog, by the Pillsbury Doughboy, Hungry Hippo. They're going to be selling you this exact watch for $20,000. You watch it. You Google it. Okay? Juan and Kino, when these guys, let me tell you something, when this watch is $25,000, when you're going to see on the Hungry Hippo's website and the Deputy Droopy Dog website, this watch being offered for $25,000, I'm going to say, I told you so. That's right. I'm going to tell Juan and Kino, look, I told you so. Look, it's, listen, these Puerto Ricans, they think they know everything. But if they knew everything, if they knew shit, they wouldn't be Puerto Ricans. Okay, you understand? If these people knew anything, they wouldn't be Puerto Ricans. How do I know that? Because that was a famous line in the movie The Departed with Leonardo DiCaprio, Rolex Ambassador. Okay, these movies, they tell you the reality. The movies, this is not fiction, it's the reality. Okay? That's why Juan Aquino were deported to La Isla del Cucaracha. These guys were stealing hubcaps, and they were working for Carlito Brigante. You don't know who Carlito Brigante is? You don't know Carlito Brigante? You Google it. You want a cerveza? You reach down to the bottom of that cooler. You pull out that cerveza from the bottom of the cooler, and while Carlito Brigante is showing you his trick shot in the billiards pool, I don't know, whatever you call it, right? The trick shot. You got to show you that trick shot. Okay, but first you got to reach down to the bottom of that cooler to get your cerveza. Okay, gentlemen, don't be tomato cans. Last chance before prices explode.